Visions of Eternity launches today. We've got the roadmap to talk about as well. What's happening, when it's happening, a lot of exciting stuff. More news to come as well, of course, okay? Prepare yourself. If you're watching this video right now, I hope you like watching YouTube videos because there will be an absolute avalanche of content covering all of the changes coming up, and this is just merely the beginning of all of this. I'll tell you what, we are going to watch the trailer with audio at the end as well, so we can get a little bit excited for Visions of Eternity. But anyway, let's stop the stalling, actually. We're going to put this to aside for just a moment. Rather exciting launch trailer. Let's actually get down to business. What is going on here? Get ready to embark on the latest Tyrion escapade, Visions of Eternity. A lot of this stuff, guys, we already know about. Let's actually just get to the point. This is actually not a very long post here from ArenaNet. Like, the meat of this is going to be two forms of the roadmap. We've got the roadmap long-term, right, which is launch, update 1, update 2, and update 3. And then we have this kind of into the future roadmap here at the bottom, with what's happening with the events. And that kind of gives us a hint of like what the timing is going to be for quarterly update 1 in particular. So let's actually have a look at the roadmap, shall we? What's happening? So with Visions of Eternity, we are here. This is us, guys, in case you forgot. Launch. We have story, 2 maps, Shipwreck Strand, Starlit Weald. Then we have the Homestead map, which is Commerce's Isle. We have Homestead layouts coming into the mix, and also the enhanced shadows. So we've got nice shiny shadows. Then of course we have 9 new elite specs, 6 relics, a ranger pet, which is the juvenile raptor Swiftwing. So you can have a pet pocket raptor, that's fun, as a ranger. And then we also have Castoran Survivalist, Skimmer Mastery, of course, and Wild Castoran Magic. So some random masteries that will do stuff. And then on top of that, 2 legendary weapons, which is kind of 1 into 2, right? As we saw previously. Legendary Aqua Breather, 4 weapon sets, 3 armor sets, 2 infusions, and a Wizard's Vault Seasonal Issue. Infusions there is spicy, by the way. We didn't know about that, but we've got 2 other kind of fun cosmetics to go after with those infusions, in addition to the legendaries. So we actually do like to see that as well. And the armor sets, by the way, that are coming into the mix are elite spec. I'm assuming it's going to be 1 heavy, 1 medium, and 1 light by the sounds of that. But yeah, those armor sets are for the elite specializations, as I understand it. So they're going to have some kind of like elite spec themed sets to go for when it comes for armor. So a lot of stuff to do here, which definitely does feel good, in my opinion. No instance content, most notably, but of course that is going to be coming a fair bit later with that. I think the relics are going to be fun. Elite specs obviously are really going to carry the launch, in my opinion. I'm hoping that the legendary weapons have good collections. Same with the Aqua Breather there as well too. Hopefully the masteries, no, they might be interesting. Who knows? We have no idea what's going on. A lot hinges, in my opinion, on the second map, because that's where the meta event is. Like, I am really hoping for some big replayability. This is going to last us a bit of a while, because bear in mind, you know, update 1 doesn't have a new map and it doesn't have story. So I want to see big replayability here on launch. In update 1 rather, we do have a new raid encounter with challenge mode, and that's a good time to release it because this is going to coincide with the raid and strike update quick play, right? We're getting quick play there. They are merging raid and strikes together, and then they're adding fashion templates, which is kind of cool. Please do not make them character bound. Make it account bound. If they make fashion templates, because you're gonna have to, but you're obviously gonna have to spend gems to unlock more slots. Obviously, that's fine, that's fair. But please make it account wide. If they make this character wide, that's depressing, okay? I don't think they will, because they got a lot of pushback with gear templates. And there's also less of an excuse of it, because it's not giving you like fake inventory slots, if that makes any sense, right? In the same way that gear templates do. But it would be so brutal if they make it character bound. Goodness me. 6 more relics with update 1, which is actually kind of cool too. And then we have a legendary ring coming with the first update, a weapon set, and of course new Wizard's Vault stuff. That's actually good. Almost makes me think that the legendary ring is going to be attached to the raid quick play. That would be actually rather cool, in my opinion, if they did that, because that would be like a good little hook for players to try that content out. I really like the gloves with the fractal quick play, so I kind of hope we actually go that direction there as well. It might be attached to the open world. That'll be fine as well, in my opinion, but I really like that reward structure they had set up there. I think that was really fun and was a lot of content, so I kind of hope they go that direction with that. there as well. And of course, a new raid with CM as well. Again, good time to release that as well. And again, raids and strikes are the same thing. So to be clear, what is this? This is a single boss encounter. Right now, we would call it a strike. In in the first quarterly update, this is now a raid encounter. That's what that is. I will say, this is going to be weird. Like, update 1, and I think, well, we'll get to this too, but update 2, these two feel a bit sparse. Like this, the content structure here is very front-loaded and back-loaded. And you'll see what I mean once we start going through all of this stuff, but that's going to be kind of interesting. But launch and update 3 are pretty stacked. Update 1 and 2, a little bit more, a little bit sparser, I would say. But anyway, update 2. Story, so that's going to be our first story after launch for Visions of Eternity. The third map is going to be added into the mix. 6 relics, another mastery track, whatever, and then the legendary accessory, an armor set, and a Wizard's Vault. So again, that is not a lot. I'm just going to be honest with you. That is going to feel a bit light, I think. Again, I think the map needs to be replayable here. Big time. So I'm hoping that the extra time they've given themselves to cook is going to allow them to make a bit of a banger with a proper meta event on it, with a proper boss and some, actual replayability to it, tie in the accessory to that. And I think we can make that work. But again, that is light. Let's be honest, for update 2. And then update 3, the story concludes. Map 4, a new raid encounter with a CM and LCM, fractal and challenge mode, and new convergence as well. So raid, fractal, and convergence. Oh, see what I mean about the front loading and back loading? With the 4th map, with 6 relics, with a legendary weapon and a weapon set and an armor set and a Wizard Vault. So that is a fat patch. Like update 3, this is fat. This is brother. I've had too many oats for this one. So this is actually a very exciting patch in my opinion, with a lot of stuff going on here. Over here. It would have been nice to almost, I feel like if the convergence was in update 2, that would feel pretty good. Like maybe associate with map 3. But I'll tell you what, I really like the direction they've gone with this, because you know what's fun? We're going to be able to have the final boss of the expansion. Hopefully there is a final boss, unlike Janthia Wilds. And it will be a raid, which is cool. I actually really like that. Thematically, that feels really fun to me, to actually have like a challenge mode, legendary mode, end boss of the entire expansion, which is something that we haven't had before because they've done the instance content before the end of the expansion, right? They couldn't really turn Epoch into a raid boss. He was a fractal, but let's not talk about that. And that's actually really cool, I think. So that's really fun. And with any luck, of course, it will have a quick play option. If ArenaNet don't add a quick play for the new raids, they are insane. They are lunatics. They are unhinged. So I personally really like that, because that allows players to kind of have that very curated spectacle encounter to cap off the expansion and cap off the end boss. So that's actually really cool. In my opinion, I really like the structure of this. This is I would say overall, this is the best structured expansion out of Soto, Janthia, and VOE. By far, actually, I think this is good. And I do think giving themselves more time and honestly allowing themselves to have slightly lighter updates with update 1 and update 2, I think is correct. What we've seen ArenaNet do on Soto and Janthia Wilds was try to do too much. They've tried to push too hard. And as a result of that, the quality has suffered and the quantity hasn't really worked out either. Let's be real, right? They're being a little bit more conservative. They're giving themselves more time, and hopefully they're going to deliver a much more full-bodied experience, especially when it comes to the open world content. Right? The open world content has been very lackluster over the last 2 expansions, and that needs to change with VOE. It absolutely does. We've heard some good stuff about the maps, in my opinion. We've got a world boss and a meta event. The world boss was met with slightly lukewarm responses from the press, so we'll have to see how that one goes. But I'm hopeful for the meta event, of course. And I'm really hoping that we continue to see that type of approach going into map 3 and map 4. I do have some concerns with update 1 and update 2 feeling a bit light, especially update 1, unless you're a raider. I do think quick play is really good, and that will carry, and I'm hoping that we have a proper legendary collection as well. That's going to help a lot. But unless you're you're going to engage with raids, that is going to feel light. And obviously there is a bit of new content, even if you've never done raids before, with that new raid encounter, which is nice with a CM, so that is good. That, again, that's going to carry. That's going to do a lot of work, in my opinion, in Update 1. So we really do love to see that, actually. But yeah, it will be interesting. We are going to have a slightly slower release cadence than we are used to. So we hopefully that ArenaNet can manage that. Of course, there's going to be a bunch of events and other things going on that are going to help out with that. And I do think elite specs are going to just carry here, right? Because weapons are nice. Spears in particular with Janthir were nice. But 9 elite specs, it's like indescribably more impactful, in my opinion, to the gameplay experience. So I do think that carries a lot. And with any luck, the launch content is also going to be meaty. I do think it is as well. Like, again, launch and update 3, these are the big ones. Like, we are starting strong and we're going to end strong as well, which in my opinion, I like, because it felt like Janthir Wilds and Soto, it started out pretty strong, and then we kind of fell off a cliff, right? And when we were going through the quarterly updates, and we ended on it ended on a little bit of a rough note, I think, with both of those expansions. So I think ArenaNet is really trying to prevent that from happening this time around, and making sure that we end on a big one. I'm just really hoping that we've actually fully fleshed out some of these things. Like, I want to see this convergence be good. I want to see them actually put work into that. And they actually don't mention convergent CMs. I wonder if they're actually skipping that this time around. I like convergent CMs, but to be honest, if it's going to be like Janthir Wilds convergent CMs, I think I'd rather they skip it and just make the normal modes better, if I'm going to be honest with you. Would be nice though, but only if they have actually enough throughput to do a proper job of it, because they didn't do a proper job of it with Janthir Wilds, guys. They really didn't. I do like that we're getting a legendary with every patch, by the way. I am actually a really big fan of that. We'll know more later today, obviously, like what that's going to look like, but I'm hoping for a proper story collection, not at the scope of Vision and Aurora. I'd love it if it was, but I don't expect that necessarily. I think that's unreasonable, but at least something a little, a little bit story driven, a little bit exploration focused to kind of chew on and have some fun figuring out, and having a bit of an adventure, having that storytelling experience of connecting the item to the world. That'll be really fun. So I'm hoping we see that. But yeah, solid roadmap, in my opinion. I think it's probably the roadmap that I kind of feel almost like the best about of the kind of trilogy of new expansions that we've seen so far. Overall, it makes sense to me. It does make sense. I understand the approach coming through from ArenaNet, and I think it makes sense. It does make sense. I'm hoping it works out. Okay, I'm coping that it works out, you could say. So I think they've done a good job with kind of pacing themselves and figuring out how to approach that. Then they just say, oh yeah, look at all that stuff. Twitch drops, oh my God. Yeah, Twitch drops are back, guys. Not going to waste too much time on this. Watch my stream. I'm going to be streaming 15 hours a day for launch week. So if you miss your drops, it's really on you. That's going until the end of the week, November 2nd at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. It's like early morning Monday, right? For European gamers, and then it's, well, for Pacific time gamers, it's Pacific time, I don't have to tell you. So yeah, watch your drops, get your drops. And then of course we have kind of like the long-term stuff going on here. So what do the next couple of months look like? So we got VOE dropping. Obviously, we've still got Halloween. Then we got a bunch of bonus stuff. It's obviously going to be November, so it's Extra Life. Bonus event, Game Day, PvP Rush, which might even involve some push going on there. The Nash Bash birthday celebration going on there with that event. Then in December, we've got Roller Beetle Racing Week, New Hero Jumpstart event, and of course, Winter's Day. Because of course, we're towards the end of the year, and ArenaNet obviously have their Christmas break. There won't be another patch this year, obviously, because it's a 3-month cadence, right? So it's going to be next year, probably in late January, right, is what I'm guessing for QR1, for that raids of this. So that's going to be pretty fun. So stay tuned for that, guys. Of course, we'll know more when they talk about that, but that's kind of how it's going to go. So it's going to be like January, then it'll be like February, March, April. So potentially like a very late April, May release for QR2, and then of course 3 months on for the final update. So it is going to be a little bit skewed, of course, this time around. because of the way that, you know, we basically had a slightly delayed release for VOE, but you can figure out the details from there. That is what it's going to look like, because again, we are on that approximately quarterly, like every 3 months cadence. Of course, things could get delayed. We did see a couple of delays actually in Janthea Wilds, bear that in mind. So like, don't take my word as gospel there. Figure out what's going on. But yeah, a lot of other stuff to do, some events to kind of keep us going there. And you can see, like, ArenaNet has done this. You'll notice that there's basically an event essentially every 2 weeks, more or less. And this is something that they have been carefully building up over the last couple of years, is they want to basically make it so there's always an event going on in the game to keep you engaged outside of major releases. I have some thoughts on why they're doing that. I might talk about that in another video. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. Roller Beetle Week is hype. I mean, I'm actually looking forward to doing a Roller Beetle tournament in VOE, so definitely stay tuned for that one. Goodness me. But yeah, that is basically our short-term, medium-term, long-term view of what the hell is going on with Visions of Eternity. Okay? Launch, we have the story, 2 maps, homesteads, elite specs, relics, ranger pet, 3 masteries, 2 legendary weapons that's kind of one, Akari, the weapon sets, armor, infusions, which is cool. Definitely going to hunt those down. I reckon one of them will be in the vault at least, maybe even 2. Wizards Vault seasonal refresh. Actually, maybe not, because they talk about those things separately. Who knows? Hard to say. Update 1. Raid with CM, which is a single boss, strike mission style thing. But actually, it's a raid encounter now. Fashion templates. Raids and strikes combined with a reward rework with a bunch of UI improvements. 6 relics as well in the mix, and a legendary ring, weapon set with another Wizards Vault seasonal refresh. Update 2, we're back on the mix with the story. 3rd map coming in, it better be good. 6 relics, masteries, legendary accessory, armor set, and more Wizards Vault. Again, that one feels a little bit sparse to me, okay? Update 2, guys, okay? You know, that map had better be good. Update 3, story ends. Map 4, raid with CM and LCM, fractal with CM. Make it good, ain't it? New convergence, maybe with CM, we'll find out. Then, of course, we have 6 relics, mastery updates, and another weapon, a weapon set, an armor set, and the Wizards Vault. So it's a big one. We're finishing on a big one. Let's finish with an explosion. Visions of Eternity, guys. That's how it's going to be. But anyway, that is the roadmap. And all that's left for us to do, I think, is actually watch the trailer. Because this is a pretty cool little launch trailer. It's got some classic... I would say ArenaNet foibles going on there, which we absolutely love to see, of course. But let's take a look, shall we, at the Guild Wars 2 Visions of Eternity launch trailer. Here we go.
Folk here are hard as nails. Took the bits and pieces of our former lives.
Wave technology.
And built a home. Most of us try and help each other out.
Yeah?
But some ain't got a care for anything outside themselves.
That Sylvari was not nice, guys.
It civil, but it ain't easy. Castora's a beautiful place, no denying it. Real pretty. And real dangerous. You gotta adapt to survive.
Yeah.
Things weren't easy before, but now we got these Inquest folk upsetting the balance. No respect, no remorse. Weapons like we've never seen.
Boom.
Buddy with our enemies.
I think it's pretty cool, yeah?
But it ain't all bad, newcomer. We got a few tricks of our own.
Yeah, you could be surrounded by fish.
Just watch yourself. The deeper you strike into Castora,
Giant enemy crab.
Strike you back.
Giant enemy crab's gonna go hard, guys, I'm telling you.
I don't understand the power here, but there's no denying it. The Inquest figure it out before you do, no good's gonna come of it.
I'm hoping that kind of owlbear fairy thing is a raid boss.
Survive,
Well, and the open world boss, actually.
You'll always have a home here.
Like, this is actually this is such a meme part of the trailer for me. I love this. This is such an ArenaNet moment, guys. Because in my mind, this trailer was going hard, man. Okay, we were going big. We've got all these
The
ominous
Inquest figure
Azuran
it out
things here.
before you do. No
This
good's
thing,
gonna come out.
Ritlock, and then bam. We have this musical crescendo, we have the drop at the end, and then they slam it. Homestead, oh yeah.
You'll always have a home here.
Boom! Oh, I guess one thing that is weird about this, you do need Jantho Wells to use this homestead because that mastery is still attached there. So you need both if you want this. That is a bit weird in my opinion, but I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, I think actually a pretty decent trailer, actually. I love, by the way, the soundtrack is on YouTube, by the way, guys. You can probably find it in a bunch of places, actually. But the soundtrack is absolute fire. I have really enjoyed the work of Brian Atkinson on the previous 2 expansions, actually, and he's back. He just goes beast mode on this, and Ben Ash also joining the fray too, and Brendan Williams. The soundtrack is absolute fire. I would highly recommend. I'm not going to play all of it now. That would be, well, that would take too long, and it would be weird too, so we're not doing that, but I'd highly recommend giving it a listen, actually. It's kind of insane. I think it's the sickest soundtrack they've done for the new expansions, for sure. It's very, very good. Very good, actually, with all that kind of stuff. So I definitely recommend checking it out. And I really like the music in this trailer too. It's a fun composition. I actually like this trailer. It's kind of nice. Like I even like that we get a little bit wacky at the end with just instead of like dropping, the villain or something kind of dramatic or ominous, it's like, yeah, welcome to your magical island homestead is the part we end on. For the trailer. I love the total shift here because the expansion is very spooky. Especially when you get to the end here, right? You've got all these like mech raptors and stuff, and you have this kind of crazy, very ominous cube theme. I mean, that sounds scary, right? But that's just coming after welcome to your magical island homestead. Oh, I love it. It's fun. Yeah, and I'm like really looking forward to some of these bosses because the thing is, we know that there's a world boss with the pirates on the first map. But we also know that there's giant enemy crab. Giant enemy crab is coming. I'm hoping we fight giant enemy crab in open world. And also giant, well, I guess not, I don't think this thing's actually that big, but I hope we fight owlbear. These look like, interesting, we've actually seen some like proper telegraphs here. This looks like a raid style thing, so I think this is very likely to be one of the raid encounters, in my opinion. As well. I would love to see it as an open world boss though too. Like, we did see a lot of that type of thing in Jantho Wilds, right? Like things did get reused quite a bit, like the Titans, for example. I would love it if this was actually kind of a similar scenario, right? Like a world boss and of course, well, it's going to be in the story for sure, right? They're not going to waste like a unique model like that and not put it in the story. But I'd actually actively like to see some reuse here. This is a pretty cool enemy type, I think, with that going on there too. But yeah, certainly if giant enemy crab is not, look, I want to see giant enemy crab having a 3% success rate week 1. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Sue 1 had a 10% success rate week 1. I want to see 3% win rate versus giant enemy crab. Like, this should just gatekeep you. It should be brutally gatekeeping you. Let's be real here, guys. The crab must win. I demand it. Does look really nice though. Think how good this is gonna look with the new shadows, guys. It's gonna be outrageous. Beyond outrageous. But anyway.
But if you can put a stop to him and help us survive.
I do like that one of the shots here, by the way. I wanted to do a slightly dramatic outro, guys, but I just can't resist the fact that one of the action shots is like fighting pocket raptors.
Us survive? Well, you'll always have a home here.
Yeah. Oh, you love to see it. It's epic. And that's it. Get ready, gamers. Visions of Eternity is here. Crustacean hype. And of course, you know what this goes to at the end, right, guys? You can't pre-order it anymore. It's too late for that. But, guys, slam it. !GW2 in the chat if you're watching. Come and watch the stream. And look, referral link, guys. It's in the description. It's in the Twitch chat. It's everywhere. Buy 50 Ultimate Editions. You know what to do. The expansion is here. Visions of Eternity. The third of the new model. definitely check it out. Or don't. It really is entirely up to you. But I think that is going to wrap things up for the recorded YouTube segment. I guess I'll just say I'm going to be live on Twitch and YouTube every day for obviously the foreseeable future, 12 hours, 15 hours, 18 hours. We'll see what's going on. You really won't be able to miss me. It won't be possible. So definitely tune in, okay, on YouTube or on Twitch. I might even end up re-uploading the YouTube VODs because there's a weird thing. If you stream on YouTube, VODs break after 12 hours, which is really weird. So I might end up uploading them so they don't despawn or so that they're viewable in some way. I don't know how I'm going to do that. I might do that like maybe a long time after launch so there's less clutter, but I don't know. I'll figure something out. That's going to do it, guys. Follow, subscribe, leave your comments. Are you ready for Castor? Are you ready for Vision of Eternity? What do you think of the roadmap? Which patch do you think is going to be the best? Tell me in the comments how many Ultimate Editions you bought using my referral link, which is linked in the description and probably pinned as a comment, okay? You tell me, guys. I want to know. Okay, I think everyone wants to know. Everyone needs to know that information. But yeah, leave your comments, follow, subscribe, watch, engage, observe, play, enjoy. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. I will be right here along with you on the forefront of Guild Wars 2 Visions of Eternity. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you out there. Take it easy.